Welcome back to Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Last time we completed the desert chapter and it took a really long time, but yeah, that's kind of desert chapters in a nutshell. This time, this chapter hopefully won't take as long, but it has the potential to.
Prince Kurthnaga tells of the connection between Dayan and the dragon tribes. Ranulf reveals the identity of the Black Knight. These revelations send Ike's mind spinning in a whirlpool of confusion and doubt. Ike becomes convinced that the answers to all of his questions lie within the Tower of Guidance, and he is determined to reach the tower at any cost. His group arrives in the Duchy of Tanis, near the Imperial capital. Caught in a sudden downpour, they take shelter in the Duke's deserted villa.
Yep, thought we weren't done with this place, did you? And this chapter's kind of hilarious in light of Fates, but no, this is not Fates. Yep, never thought we'd be back here, but we are. So we get to see the, as I described in the last game, gaudy as F mansion in glorious HD. Overdone is an understatement. I really would not want to sleep in the beds here, by the way. Just as long as everyone avoids Oliver's personal room, we should be okay, though. A bit of exposition here, but that kind of makes sense. That's a little creepy, actually. And it's about to get even creepier. But he died 3 years ago, didn't he? And on that note, we go straight to the base. So yeah, we're gonna have a base inside Oliver's mansion, Joy. Speaking of Oliver's mansion, there is something that I want to point out, something highly disturbing. So you see that painting that you can see there? The one of a giant naked man being attended to by nymphs? That painting was in the last game as well. However, I only found out a very disturbing detail about that painting recently when I was checking some Reddit blogs. And if you look very closely, or if you have a magnified version of that image, it's easier with like a full texture rip. But if you look very closely at the face of the man in that painting, he has a very distinctive moustache, and his hair is orange. Yep, that is actually supposed to be Oliver. He had that painting commissioned as a self-portrait, because that is actually how he sees himself. Yeah, that is all I'll say about that. So for now, info conversations. Now this info conversation, oh joy, the painting's still watching us. Yeah, info conversations. This one will only take place if Volug is in Ike's party, which is why I made sure that he was in the party. And this is also one of my favourite moments for Volug, though you won't know it unless you can read his ancient script. Volug has a habit of giving people items and just being completely silent and deadpan about it. Well, that explains why Volug speaks it. Yeah, Nasir being able to read it is a callback to the first game. And yeah, all of that was explained back in Chapter 22, otherwise known as the Priest-Pushing chapter. Wow, as an aspiring translator, I'm very daunted at the prospect of a language that takes that long to learn. Seems like in any setting, magic is always done in the most complex and arcane language imaginable. I think in some D&D settings, a lot of spells were in Draconic, although I could be wrong about that. And another callback to the first game. Yeah, if you're seeing the subtitles I'm putting up on screen, you'll know why that's so funny. This entire scene is why I highly recommend anyone look up what Volg's dialogue translates as, because his lines are pretty great. All that for an elixir, but it's a pretty good conversation overall. So, can anyone raise their support ranks? Huh, Shannon and Rolf. Interesting. I feel like if this was Sacred Stones, maybe these two would have a platonic paired ending. I still kind of miss those. Oh yeah, by the way, Danved is in this party for a very specific reason. Okay, let me just quickly check. Oh great, it's you again. The shop is selling door keys and chest keys. I wonder what we'll be encountering in this chapter. Yeah, this is the reason why I kept the unlock staff with Ike's party, because he's the only party that actually needs it. So, yeah, I don't think I need chest keys. This is also why I put Heather in this party, though I'm pretty sure Heather is in Ike's party by default. Yeah, there she is. And you need to trade the unlock staff to somebody who can actually use it. Maybe... Mist? Oh, and actually I can sell the torch staff now. Because there's absolutely no reason for me to still have it. There are no more Fog of War chapters left in the game. Do not sell Rescue, that would be a terrible idea. Also, I can sell the torch I still have. And might as well sell the white gem. Still got... Huh, why does Dragonfoe sell for less than Beastfoe? You'd think the Dragonfoe would be more highly sought after, considering how strong dragons are, but anyway. Actually, the idea of any of the foe skills being highly sought after in this universe is kind of disturbing, and in fact, I can kind of understand why Beastfoe would sell so high in certain markets, but yeah, that's horrible to think about. You still have Shade, gotta remember that. And, alright, that's it, Pass. I kind of want Pass on somebody in this map. And who should I put it on? You know I had Pass on Nyla back at the beginning of the game. Might as well come full circle. Saving that Nile for later, don't think I need Blossom here. You know what, I might as well give you Howl, because it's not like anyone else is going to get any use out of that. And let's see, you still have Celerity. I still haven't used the boots, but I think I might get that to someone in endgame. I think Rolf is still okay in terms of skills, though Corrosion is usually activated against weapons that I don't really want it to activate against. Yeah, I think we're fine on that for the moment. I don't think we need to do award experience on anyone. I don't think anyone's capped anything. Well, I mean, I could promote Shinnon, but I don't think I really want to. Okay, Ike's final weapons. Yeah, his level's a lot lower than I thought it would be at the end of the last chapter, so I'm going to have to make up a bit of levels with him. Mist... oh, that's it. Did I transfer a physics staff over? I did. I wonder which party needs it more, though. Because this party already has, actually, no, wait, no, doesn't Rice have it? Yeah, he does. Not a lot of uses left on it, though. In fact, I might as well give that to Soren for now. Don't even know if I'll be deploying Rice in this map. But anyway, yeah, Soren's level's a lot higher than I thought it would be at this point, so he needs to kind of hold back a bit. Yeah, these three needs to get a few more levels. I think we're actually fine on weapons for most people. Except you need more ranged attacks. Actually, no, wait, you have a 20-use Wind Edge. Anything better than a Wu-Dao? Might as well take another one of those, because there are going to be a lot of ledges in this map. In fact, I think this is the last map with ledges in it. I'm almost positive about that. This is the last map with ledges. Kind of sad. I actually really like the ledge mechanic, and I wish it was in more Fire Emblem games. Okay, steel... If I remember right, your steel poleaxes were not that useful in the last chapter, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, I don't really think there's that much else I can do with the base here. I don't want to use bonus experience on anyone. There's not really that much in the way of weapons. I want to save most of my gold for, like, actually before endgame. Can't do any supports? Yeah, that's about it. Yep, they can teleport directly into buildings too. I just let out a huge sigh. Yep, the friends are these guys. And the really cool thing about this cutscene, although it's not so cool in the fact that it's, that it just shows how the developers were kind of aware of how pathetic Tormod was at this point. There's actually a bit of gameplay and story integration here. Morin was the only one who actually kills an enemy in the cutscene, and that's because he's the only one who's actually still solid stat-wise at this point. I'm sorry, Tormod, but a cool one-liner is not going to save you from being useless in this chapter. Well, mostly useless. Yeah, 2 hits and the enemy is not dead. Again, they were aware that Tormod would be pathetic at this point in the game. So, why do they wait until now to have him rejoin? I still think that these 3 should have rejoined during Part 3. Because they had every reason to. They should have joined the Lagoos in that war. And it would have given them more screen time. And incoming amazing dialogue. I love how even the characters in-universe acknowledge Ike's ridiculous increase in muscles over 3 years. Yeah, Tormod does not change much in 3 years. Since this is a very short video, I guess I can, quickly show these 3. It's hard to believe these stats used to be amazing, but, they're not anymore. Thankfully, the 3 of them all get completely redone inventories. So yeah, you've got a Lagoo Stone, which means you'll be transformed for a lot of this map. 30 defense is not great by the standards at this point in the game, but Morin is actually fairly decent here still. Vika, unfortunately, is going to be hitting extremely pathetically. 25 attack power. Yeah, barely any damage to you. Can't hurt you. Yeah, can't hurt either of you. Vika is unfortunately not great at this point. And thankfully though, Tormod does come with Meteor. Meteor can be kind of helpful in this chapter for picking off distant enemies. In fact, just in case this chapter ends up going pretty long, and because this base video was quite short, I'm actually going to go ahead and describe the chapter now. I'm not going to show the boss though, because I want to save that boss for when we actually begin. So, we have a bunch of enemies here around level 8, 9-ish. We've got some enemies with decently strong weapons. Now this area of ledges can be a little bit dangerous for Ike, especially on hard mode, because there are going to be reinforcements around here that are mostly mages, and if mages get hype bonus against Ike, it's usually bad. Also, speaking of hype bonus, this guy has a longbow, and he's very, very positioned to get height bonus. That's a sentence, but yeah. We've also got a whole lot of guarded treasure rooms here. That's why you want to bring Heather and or more door keys and chest keys. Another room there, also the unlock staff helps. But yeah, lots of ledges, so lots of chances to gain height bonus. You can't actually deploy very many oh, actually, wait, no, you can deploy many people here, but 3 of your slots are restricted to these 3. Oh, I hate how characters who join in the span of a chapter, at the beginning of a chapter, take up deployment slots. So, yes, 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 probably yes, 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 maybe no, yes, let's see, who else? Definitely more Heather. I'm also going to have to make a separate save slot here, because I want to show the boss conversations for this chapter. Also, you want to deploy Raphael here. Not just because he's an amazing character, but for another reason. You want Raphael here. And let me just go ahead and check if I have any spare keys in my convoy. I probably do. I have 1 door key. Okay, who get... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and... I'm pretty sure I had Nyla on door and Judy at one point as well. Since he has pass, might as well give that to her. So that means I have Heather for doors, I have Mist for doors, and I have Nyla for doors. And let's... I think Nyla will climb up. I don't want Nyla to go around to those doors up there. We really don't need that many door keys. There's only 3 doors on the map. So I need to break through these enemies quickly. Actually, wait a minute. I'm going to do a bit of a swap here. Mist, trade your physics staff. No. Soren, trade your physics staff for Mist's unlock staff. Reason being, Mist can't climb ledges, so she's going to take forever to actually get to the doors to use her unlock staff. Soren can. Meanwhile, Mist is very squishy, so she'll benefit from being able to hang back and use a physics staff. Soren, I think he'll head... Yeah, he'll go where Ike is. You two will be back up. Tanya will also be back up. Rolf will... I like having Rolf pick off some enemies. Actually, I kind of want Raphael to get as many people in the chat as possible. But yeah, I would like Rolf to get as many kills as he can here, because he was kind of behind last time. And one thing about this chapter that's extremely irritating is that if you don't deal with the initial enemies here, in fact, if we check conditions, I'm not going to show who the commander is, because that would be a spoiler, but there are 60 enemies on the map, not counting the enemies inside the rooms. And this map, especially on the higher difficulties, goes absolutely bananas with reinforcement spam if you let it. So to give you an idea, on my hard mode playthrough, I forgot how insane the reinforcements were, and at one point I had this entire area was just all reinforcements. The whole thing was just a sea of yellow. Hopefully that won't happen this time, but yeah. This chapter can be a pain if you let it be. So, one more thing to cover, and that's that there are some hidden treasures in this map. There's actually a Maelstrom scroll here for some reason. Thank you, Serena's Forest Maps. Okay, so it's not actually too hard to find. See this little area right here? It's actually right where this guy's standing, the guy with the droppable Tempest Blade. Yes. Definitely want that. Though, very soon we'll be getting an even better version. But yeah, it's right where that guy with the droppable Tempest Blade is now standing. There's also a coin in this map, but, you know what, while I have the map up, I might as well show where it is. It's right, no, it's there. Should be right there. So anyway, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and save and begin the chapter.